Correct posture. And then suddenly I'll go,
Yeah.
and you can't see me.
I saw a couple of clips from the last one and I was literally like,
Do you know what? Doing this job this season has really helped my posture. Because like I spend so much time going like this, I found myself like in normal life sitting up a bit better.
Really? Gosh, I better get on more often.
Yeah, right. And if when they frame you up, then you'll know you can't slouch or they won't be able to see you.
Yeah, actually.
Do your right posture. There you go.
That's not lasting.
Everyone's posture is helping on this.
It actually hurts my butt. Like my
Oh, right.
Schweppes feels like a treat. You know, when you get like basic lemonade and you get Schweppes, just like.
I took one home once and Reggie was like, oh.
Yeah.
The biggest treat ever.
Is it on BBC, is it?
I think it's BBC One, I feel like.
Which one, sorry?
Us. BBC One.
I would guess so. They start playing like crowd noises when they walk out.
Do they?
Yeah, that's how long I was here, like 4 tall groups. I was like, oh, more.
We were all downstairs.
Oh, to be honest, I was quite relaxed.
Yes, of course I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy New Year. Good shout. No.
No, you're all good.
Check as well.
Oh.
Yeah, get it in a beard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought that was an enthusiastic reaction to my statement.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah! I was like,
It's gone really
yeah, now it's very excited about this team.
Richards! Fantastic header from Micah Richards! Played over! This time, Aguero finds the net! Aguero flatters that into the face of the defender. Bernardo Silva! City pull one back. Richards! Fantastic header from Micah Richards! Cross Aguero! For the win! The impact substitute extraordinaire is Sergio Aguero!
Welcome to Matchday Live. We're back in the FA Cup as City travel to St Mary's to face Southampton. And you can see the team is arriving now. There's all smiles from Bernardo Silva. We're giving you the team news in 30 seconds. This is the first place to get your all-important team news. Scott Carson there as well, Jack Grealish. Everybody is arriving on this beautiful, beautiful FA Cup day. Welcome to Matchday Live. My name is Natalie Pike and thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful FA Cup day. I am so excited to be joined in the studio today by two huge Manchester City fans. One of them is excellent at playing football and one of them is excellent at talking about football. So it is a brilliant combination in the studio. Esme Morgan and Stephen McInerney. Thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to have a woman in the studio with me today, Esme. I'm very excited.
Keeping you company.
Keeping me company, thank you. And Stephen, it's lovely to see you again. Now you've been on a few times. Thank you for coming back.
Pleasure. We got pizza today as well, so I'm very excited.
We did.
Good catering today. I liked it.
We had pizza today, so we're all very, very happy. Right, I've got that all-important team news for you straight away. So, City's starting 11 for today's game. There is 4 changes from the team that drew with Palace last Monday night. You can see that Zach Stefan comes in. He's back from that injury and he's in the starting 11. And then it's Walker, Laporte, Stones and Cancelo. So the same back 4 from the Palace game. And then Rodri, De Bruyne, and then Gundogan comes in, Sterling and Jesus come in, and Jack Grealish. So that is your starting 11 for today. Your subs bench, Scott Carson, Ake, Zinchenko, Silva, Fernandinho, Mahrez and Foden. Just the 7 subs today for City. St Mary's looking absolutely beautiful there in the sunshine. Wherever you are in the world, I hope it is nice and sunny, as it is sunny here at the Etihad Stadium today. So it is a 3 o'clock kickoff for the FA Cup. That is your starting 11. I'm going to get the thoughts from my guests now. Esme, and were you expecting such a strong team? Is this what you wanted to see?
Yeah, it's definitely what I wanted to see. I think with it coming to the quarter-final stage, it's probably not the time to be rotating and blooding newer players into the team. And I think we'd all expect at this stage of the competition Pep to put out a strong starting 11. And especially with the other games coming up, it's important for them all to have momentum going forward.
Stephen, same for you? What sort of team were you expecting?
And you never know with Pep, but to be honest, I think this game's quite important. Actually, I think it's a lot more important than we realise. Given a couple of slightly disappointing results recently, I was expecting him to go pretty strong, and I'm not really surprised because it's a team, it's a confident team. I mean, the main changes have been up front, which is probably not unfair given we've struggled to score goals recently. So I'm expecting this is an opportunity for Sterling and Jesus in particular to essentially make a claim for post-international break. It's a good side. It's a confident side, strong, and I'm hoping it's enough to get semi-finals because I want the FA Cup this year. I really kind of want it because Carabao has been ours. We're lending that to someone else this season, but the FA Cup, it's very winnable. So fingers crossed.
Me too. I want it. I want it so badly. I absolutely love the FA Cup. Obviously, we've been 5th FA Cup quarter-final in 6 seasons under Pep. And we often say it when we talk about cup competitions, Esme, but we take them so seriously, and I think this team reflects that.
Yeah, at the start of every single season, this club's aim is to win every single competition. So I think that's why you see such strong 11s in every single game, in every single competition. Say from the first round, people are screaming and shouting for young players to be playing, and that's fine, but Pep wants us to win every single game and get as far as we can in every competition, and obviously that's been reflected in our record in it in recent years, and hopefully we can push on and go a bit further because it's been a couple of years now since we've won it. We don't want to have our hands away from it for too long, do we?
Exactly. I love having proper hardcore City fans in the studio. Right, we're going all the way back to the start of the run. This is Foden scoring against Cheltenham here, Steve. God, it seems forever ago this now, doesn't it?
That was not the season, I'm convinced. A beautiful goal as well. Foden's had a few of them this season, hasn't he? He's become a bit of a penalty box poacher, which I kind of like. That was the start of the run, of course, as well. Are we going to go through all the games? I'm not sure if we're going to or not, but either way, it was necessary. A good start to the run. Obviously, we're here now. No Foden today, which is interesting, of course. He scored a few goals for us. Have been important. This is a
Foden's
beautiful ball, isn't it?
There, my goodness.
Silly football, that. Jack Grealish, of course. Wonderful touch. Bergkamp has actually this touch. The way he takes it. That's intentional, isn't it? I presume it is.
That touch is,
make a bit of space.
100%. He's taking it across him to then finish on the left foot, but to execute that as it's coming over your shoulder and bring it down across your body is insane. For most people, that'd bounce off their shin, go out for a goal kick, wherever. But I think that's probably a testament to the confidence that Grealish has got in recent weeks. He's been playing so much better than he started off at the start of the season. Obviously feels a lot more comfortable in the system now, and I think he's been really, really dangerous recently.
Yeah, totally agree, Steve. For those of us that watch City every week and are not just reading headlines or making stuff up that fits their agenda, watching Grealish every week, his improvement is clear over the season.
Absolutely. And to be honest, I think that spell out he had where 6-7 games out, I think we sort of missed his composure, to be honest. The one thing you can say about Jack Grealish is his touch, his ability to draw people in and make a little bit of space for his opponents is second to none. He's ridiculously good at drawing that attention. He's like magnetic. I don't know what it is about him, but people are drawn to him. And he does create that space, and he's really good as well on the transition, like basically carrying the ball 30 yards up the pitch. There's not many, once again, are as good as that as him. And I do think we've missed that elegance and that composure on the ball. And I don't think it's any coincidence that since we've come back in, we've had some really, really kind of good displays. The derby, of course, which I think was his best performance in a City shirt. And right now, even though the team hasn't been firing all cylinders in front of goal, I think Grealish is actually in his best spell at Man City so far. And I think he'll be up for this as well because, once again, he's the only one who's maintained his position in that forward line from the last game, which was disappointing, of course. So that's obviously a show of faith from Pep in him because he could have easily played one of Foden or Mahrez or so on, but Grealish got the nod, so it's good for him.
And in that midfield, Gundogan comes in today, Esme. Obviously, I'm such a big Gundogan fan, as I think we all are. He hasn't played this season as much as he did last season, when he was arguably player of the season for large parts of it, and we relied on him for so many of those goals. What do you make of Gundogan?
I think he's brilliant. Completely agree with what you said. It's obviously a testament to how strong the squad is that a player like him hasn't been able to see the pitch as much as he did in previous years, but that's because Bernardo's been playing so well. And how do you almost take someone out of the team that's having the best season of their life? So it's so difficult to find space for all these world-class players, but I love Gundogan as a player. I think he just does the simple things so well, just receives the ball, always looking to face forward and move it on quickly. And obviously last year he popped up with a lot of important goals, so I think he's a really, really key player for us when he does play.
I think as well, against Southampton in particular, they are at their best, Southampton, when they're pressing teams, and they don't like playing against the Burnley. They like playing against the Man City because they press so aggressively. Hasenhutl's got them really, really focused on that. So Gundogan is useful in this team in particular. He's absolutely exceptional, just maintaining possession. Once again, as Esme says, doing the simple things, but there's no one in that midfield who's more press resistant than Gundogan. So I think he'll be really useful today. And of course, I don't think it's a surprise that he's in the team, because he does have that sense of smell of goal, as Pep always says, you know. So he's a goal scorer naturally. He's really good at that, those little runs into boxes. And he's not played as much as he probably should have recently, you know, so you'll probably be really looking forward to this as well, because once again, it's the last game before break, and that can be really, really useful, you know, for the momentum of the side.
Yeah, that break next week, I have to tell you, I was really pleased when I saw that Kevin De Bruyne hadn't been called up for Belgium, which Martinez explained they were letting some of the younger players have a chance. Perfectly fine with me. I quite like him to play today and then have a couple of weeks off and get a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I think for the players, obviously you're desperate to play for your country. It's the biggest honour you can get, something I dream of doing one day. But he's been unfortunate with injuries when he has gone away with Belgium, and that's probably something that they're looking at as well. They don't want to disrupt his rhythm and his good vein of form that he's had going on as City. So I think with a player like that, it's important to manage the physical load that's going through the body. He's played a lot of minutes recently, so it's probably not the best idea for him to go away on an intense camp and be faced with playing a lot of minutes in a condensed time there. So it's probably good man management.
Absolutely. I'm so happy, yeah. Every time he goes to Belgium, I get nervous.
I know, my mum's
Put your
the
feet in,
same.
Kev, you know?
Yeah,
the
right.
Maldives, man. Go and rest. You know,
Right.
lie and flop, as a term I learned yesterday, apparently.
I think we all in agreement about that. Now, on Friday, we went down to the City store and we spoke to some fans from all around the world who all were in the City store on Friday about the game today. And this is what they had to say.
I mean, we definitely don't want to take them out of consideration. I mean, they are in the top English league and they are one of the top competitors, but I do think that we should be able to beat them.
It's going to be fun. Never seen a Premier League match, so FA Cup is going to be a close second. So, yeah. If they could put Palmer in there, that would be great. I'll take any of them, though. McAtee is awesome. So, yeah, if they could have Liam play a striker, we could, you know, maybe show. If we can't get Holland, we can show Pep, hey, we got Liam.
FA Cup is one of our goals, so I think that we can do well in FA Cup, in Champions League, and also in the Premier League. That we are on top again.
I think the FA Cup is special, man. It's been around forever. It has a lot of prestige. I think it has a lot of meaning, especially to England, and I think City deserve it. So I'm rooting for them to go all the way. I know we came to see the match tomorrow. However, it's okay because they're going forward in the FA Cup, and Southampton, I feel sorry for you.
Big shout out to all of the fans there that were in the shop on Friday. A big shout out to Cameron and Robert as well, who came over from America to watch the Brighton game, which obviously was rearranged as we did get to the quarter-final, so they haven't got to see a City game, but they did get a stadium tour. And I'm told they went to see Wolves versus Leeds, which is obviously an incredible... So they saw loads of goals, but a big shout out to them. And Stephen, one of them was from Texas. The guy that was from Texas on there as well, that had the jumper that we all liked. He name-checked you, said, I'm from Texas.
Did he?
Stephen was in Texas a few
I
weeks
heard the
ago.
audio. That's incredible. My man, thank you so much. Was it Robbie? Which one was it? It was one
Jabbar.
Jabbar, what a guy.
Jabbar, if you can tell us where your jumper was from, please let us know.
Esme loved the jumper. But the general consensus from all the fans there is that we love the FA Cup and they all want to win it. They all want us to go out there, take it seriously and win it, which is what we always do.
Yeah, I think I love watching it as a City fan, but also as a neutral. There's been so many good giant killings this season, and it's the magic of the FA Cup. Everyone talks about it, but there's just that feel-good factor around it, and one-off games, knockout games, you've got nothing to lose, so everyone's desperate to win, and I love that atmosphere around it. And obviously I feel like it's an especially fond cup for a lot of the City fans of our generation, because it was the trophy that broke the duck, and so I think we've got a lot of fond memories of it, and we have a special sort of attachment to the competition now.
We do. It's so, you couldn't put it any better. A couple of the other fans in there was talking about having young players in the team today's team, which we obviously don't have. Now, we think it might be because obviously there is a Premier League 2 game tonight.
Yes, the EDS are playing straight after this. So I think Pep's just said to them, go and play that, you know. I think this is probably testament as well to the focus on this game. Like, obviously, the young players on the bench, they could get on if City win comfortably. Well, I think this is very much a first team. You know, book the recent trend of results, get really focused. You know, let the EDS players get some minutes because they need it. They need minutes on the pitch. Of course, it's absolutely essential to their development. And the likes of Palmer, you know, he's not quite ready yet actually, but McAtee and Delap and so on, they'll probably do better playing out there today later on. You know, for the EDS. And yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, I always want to see the academy players involved, but today I think the most important thing is for that collection of senior players to get the job done. And that sounds really simple, but I think it's relatively crucial because, you know, disappointing result in the league and so on, and we can't have an FA Cup exit as well because it'll feel like a little bit too heavy going into a break for 2 weeks. So I think the focus is probably necessary.
Yeah, fully agree. And that game will be taking place, as Stephen says, on this pitch behind us, 6:30 tonight. The EDS are playing. You can, of course, get that full game on City Plus. So have a little look at that later. Now, if you'd like to ask our guests any questions, you can do so by using our WhatsApp number. That's on your screen now. Ask them anything you'd like. Ask Esme about a career. Ask Stephen about YouTubing. Ask them about the team today. Whatever you want. I will get through as many questions as I possibly can to them a little bit later. Now, we're going to start playing our game, Who's Stat? Esme, have you played this before?
No.
I need to remember not to shout the name out.
Did.
Yes. Right. No, don't shout the name out. So, as you all know by now, we'll give you 3 stats over the show, and you've got to try and guess the current or former Manchester City player. Let's have a look now. So, your first stat today. This player currently has the same appearances for City as Kyle Walker. 210. So, this is before he plays today. Walker's on 210 appearances. So, this player also has 210 appearances for City. You think you know who that is already?
Basing off the silhouette.
I always forget to look at the silhouette, you know.
Yeah, I was just thinking, how the heck am I supposed to know who's got that many appearances?
My logic as well is who signed roughly around the same time, you know.
If it's current, what if it's former?
Could be former.
It could be former.
Okay, well, that's messed it up for me.
So you'll have to stick with us to get another clue. We'll give you another clue a little bit later on for Who's Stat. Do take part. Send us in, hashtag Man City. Now, you can see your starting 11 on the bottom of the screen there as well. Kick-off in about 45 minutes. We're going to have a look now at the Southampton starting 11 for today's game. So, in goal, it's Forster, Livramento, Stevens, Salasu, Walker-Peters, Romeu, Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, Elianessi, Long and Armstrong. Willie Caballero is on the bench. Obviously our former goalkeeper on the bench there for Southampton. Valeri, Peredu, Diallo, Smallbone, Redman, DeGenpo, Adams and Brozier. Brozier's on the bench. Okay, that's the first time I'm seeing that as I read it out to you. And my initial instinct there is Brozier's on the bench, Esme. I'm quite happy with that.
I'm pleased.
Yeah, but
and
Shane
I'm
Long's
surprised.
playing though, so he's pure Man City fodder, isn't he, Shane Long?
What do you mean by that?
He's scored plenty of goals against Man City before. He's that little striker who doesn't score very often and managed to score against us.
Oh, well, he can cut that out today. None of that today, thank you. I'm surprised about Brozier. I think he's been really, really good because he's on loan from Chelsea, isn't he, I think?
Yeah.
And I think he's looked really dangerous in a lot of games and sort of don't want Chelsea to have him back. So, yeah, I'm a bit surprised.
No, he's really, really good. He's been one of their shining lights so far this season. A few changes as well. You know, obviously Ward-Prowse is there and when he's on the pitch, they've got a chance, haven't they? Because he's, as Pep said, probably the best dead ball specialist in the world football right now, which is insane to say, but it's probably true. And Armstrong's playing, which is interesting because he's obviously signed for decent money from Blackburn, I reckon, and he's had a relatively mixed time so far. Though he did play well against us here at the Etihad.
As did that whole team.
Yeah, Redmond, of course, one of Pep's favourites as well. Shame Big Willie's not playing in it. I love Willie Calabero, man. What a guy. But it's a good side. It's a strong side, and they're going for this. And Salasy was excellent against us as well. Livramento, really good fullback from Chelsea, another one they got for a bargain price. It's a good side. It's a strong side. Yeah,
and Livramento's been injured, I know, for a large part of the season. I follow his career because I had him in my fantasy football team, and then I had to get rid of him when he got injured as well. But he's back as well. Obviously, as you mentioned there about them playing well when they played here. I thought they played up. Southampton played incredible when they played here. Yeah. 2 games against them so far this season, Esme 0-0 and 1-1. What has it been about Southampton so far that we've not been able to crack?
I think they do something different to a lot of the other teams. So many teams come against City and just stick 11 men behind the ball and just block up. But Southampton are a lot more aggressive. They press, and that poses a different problem because the players have to figure things out a lot more rather than just being patient. And I think that's really difficult. And they're also really dangerous on the counter, which is something that we've not necessarily been the best at defending over the last few years because we're so used to just having the ball all the time. But I think, it's their aggression out of possession that maybe comes as a bit of a surprise. And teams like that are hard to break down because they've got the ability to keep pressing and keep going until right to the very end, while also being dangerous in attack.
It's no surprise to me that Hasenhüttl's got such a similar style to like early Klopp at Liverpool, and they gave City a lot of problems. And it's a very similar thing. It's pure aggression. And the one thing Southampton have got better at is they used to be a little bit, probably too chaotic for their own good. They used to press intensely for 90 minutes, but they've kind of learned when to press. They press quite aggressively, but they'll take breathers for 5-10 minutes here and there, which makes them a little bit harder to break down because if they're at you constantly, you can adapt to it, and eventually you'll start to learn how to press through them. But if they just kind of sit back a little bit and then defend, it never really gets going. If that makes sense, it's harder for City to kind of go from two styles, like breaking a press then to breaking a deep block and then breaking a press, and it's really difficult. And that's testament once again to Hasenhüttl and the squad. They've all developed lows, that they understand the system better, and they've had a great season. They're 10th at the moment, 2 great results against us. And I spoke to a Southampton fan the other day, and they're delighted with their season, so I can see why.
Yeah, as they would be, as many were tipping them to perhaps be involved in a relegation battle, and they're obviously far away from that. I suppose, Esme, the question that we will need to answer today is what can we do differently that we didn't do in the 2 league games to make sure that we win today? What do you think? Read Pep's mind for me.
I think across both of the games, I think we had a lot of opportunities, so it sounds so simple, but just trying to be a bit more clinical and taking the chances when they do come. And I think, as you said, with them sort of adjusting their defensive styles, sometimes pressing, sometimes holding back, that can make it difficult to adapt to the rhythm of the game because you can't really get a sort of flow going because it's constantly back and forth and you're having to change the speed of the attack and things like that. So I think it's probably just trying to take the game to them and maybe move the ball a bit quicker and not adapting to their style, sort of trying to play our game and force them to switch what they're doing.
I liked against Palace as well, but we were taking some shots from 20-30 yards, just encourage them to come out a little bit. And obviously we missed some sitters from that somehow. But in general, I do think that's something we consider. Be a little bit more variety, of course. We know City love to essentially work it forward and usually do that kind of diagonal to the back post, which is a very Man City thing to do these days. But yeah, tell Sterling to other people. Tell laughing at the thoughts of the
his celebration always. I can't do it. I've tried a million times.
Oh, I want to see you learn it. Go on. But yeah, Jesus will suit the industry of this game as well because obviously they're a physical side in a good way, Southampton. And I think Sterling and Jesus actually could be quite an inspired pairing in this game because once again, something to prove to an extent, and they will suit the chaotic nature of Southampton, I reckon, hopefully.
Jesus not in the Brazil squad as well, so perhaps may definitely feel like he has something to prove. In terms of Southampton, when the name came out of the hat for the draw, Esme, my initial reaction was, ooh, because we'd kind of, had the 2 games against them, I thought, this could be difficult. And then they got beat by Villa, and then they got beat by Newcastle and Watford.
Yep, 3 games in a row.
3 games in a row they got beat. And then I suddenly went, oh, okay, what do you think's happened to their form? Well, it has kind of been up and down throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly the problem, is because they've been inconsistent. That almost makes them such a banana skin, because you don't know which version of Southampton is going to turn up. But I think you've always got to prepare and have the mindset that it's going to be their strongest performance, the performance that has cost us 4 points over the 2 league games, and expect that that's the side we're going to face. And obviously anything less, the side that's been beaten in recent weeks, is going to be a bonus. But I think when they play with such intensity, as well as being physically exhausting, mentally it's so hard to uphold that sort of aggression and intensity of defending throughout a game. So that's going to take its toll throughout the season. So perhaps that's something that's affected them and caused their form to drop off recently.
As well. That does make sense. They're currently in 10th, and to be honest, things are not cushy as such, but they're a little bit easier than maybe they expect them to be at this stage of the season, and that would never, lead to complacency, because it's a Hasenhuttl side. But the other teams that they got those points against them, they needed the points a little bit more than Southampton as well. And I think there's only one of those games where they played notably, poorly. Watford, they just weren't good against Watford at all. And a couple of games, they just missed some chances, and they weren't exactly terrible in all those matches. But I mean, I think it's just, good FA Cup result before that, some good results recently, and then naturally every now and then you have a little spell, and that's probably inevitable to Southampton, because they, as good as they are, they don't have the quality up front that some teams may have, for example. And I think it's natural that they will have those spells, but it's what they do around those spells that matters for them. So.
We're seeing some pictures there of the City fans. Shout out to the Blues that have gone all the way down to Southampton today. Loving the banana costumes. Love a bit of fun in the FA Cup. Now, Southampton we love the FA Cup. They love the FA Cup as well. Their record in the FA Cup in recent years is phenomenal. They've only lost 3 of their last 18 FA Cup matches, 2 of them which have come at the semi-final stage. They were in the semi-finals last year, which of course, they didn't have any fans at. So they're really, really going to be chomping at the bit to get to the semi-finals. So for their fans, but also, as Stephen said, sitting in mid-table, this really would be the icing on the cake for them this year.
Yeah, they've had such a strong season in the league, and I think teams around that sort of mid-table spot are always desperate to go as far as they can in the cup competitions, because it's their only opportunity of silverware. And I think they're perfectly capable, because as we've seen on their day, they can challenge the top teams. So I think they always go into these competitions with the mindset that it only takes a couple of mistakes from the stronger side and them to take advantage of it for them to pick up these wins and go far in the competition. And as you said, the fans, we all love the FA Cup as a competition, so I imagine the atmosphere is going to be really good, and hopefully not hopefully for us, but for their fans, they're going to want to put on a show for them and get to the semi-finals so that they can have a trip to Wembley to celebrate after missing out last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, that record's incredible. To get to the semi-final stage again this year would just be phenomenal for them, Stephen. And in terms, you said you spoke to some Southampton fans this week. How are they feeling about their chances today?
I spoke to a fan who writes for the Southampton magazine, and they're confident, to be honest. Mainly because the season's been so good, and why shouldn't they be confident? They've had good results against Man City this season, and their style, is a kryptonite to our style. It does work, the way that they press and the way that they're such high intensity. And let's be honest as well, City aren't exactly flying at the moment. We're doing fine, don't get me wrong, but we've had a few disappointing results recently, and a few games where we've not got the goals that we should have. So everything is set up for them to potentially get that victory against us that they probably would have earned, if we're being honest, given their 2 results against us so far this season. So yeah, they're confident because their team is good. Their team knows how to play against us. Their season is set and safe, and they've been there before to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So they're confident, and rightfully so, I think, to be fair.
So are we.
Yeah, so are we.
So are we. It's going to be a cracking FA Cup game. So we're around about 35 minutes away from kick-off in the quarter-final of the FA Cup, City versus Southampton today. Now, next weekend, City in the Community's most loved fundraiser is back. Oh, I love it. It's the Blue Run, and it returns to the Etihad for the first time since 2019. And we are encouraging you all to get involved.
The Blue Run is back for 2022.
3, 2, 1.
Join us on Saturday, the 26th of March. Why not get involved? All funds will help City in the Community mental health program. Dress up in blue, dye your hair blue, Paint your veins blue. Wear your City kit. Under fives, go free.
So you can take on a 2.5 or a 5 kilometre fun run around the CFA, all whilst being covered in blue paint. Why wouldn't you want that? It sounds brilliant. So that is next Saturday. That's the 26th of March. Go to mancity.com/community/blue-run to sign up. Show your colours, run for City. And if you can't be with us at the CFA, you can do it wherever you are around the world. Everybody welcome. Right. It's now time to play one of our infamous games. No, this is a nice one. This is a nice simple one for you both. We have had some crackers this season where but no, this is a nice straightforward one for you today, I promise. So, this is called Complete the Year. What we've done is chosen a random year in City's history, and we're going to take you through the year. One question for each month of the year. Now, do you want to play as a team or do you want to play against each other?
What do you want to do? Head to head?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Head to head.
I'm regretting this already. We should do it as a team. Oh, well.
You've just challenged a professional footballer.
I know,
Do a head to head. This is
general knowledge
brilliant.
is terrible. This is going to be embarrassing. But...
It depends what year it is, though.
Yeah.
Right,
We do this
drop
year.
it. Yeah, Esme's quite young. Hold on. Yeah, no, you're all right. 2012.
Okay.
Pulling out the memories. Don't know if you can remember anything significant that happened in that year.
Yeah, it was an alright year.
Yeah, it was an alright year. Right, so I'm going to start with you, Esme. I'll give you January, and then Stephen, you get February, and I'll try and keep track of the scores, but it'll probably just go to mayhem, as it often does when we do our quiz. That's why we love them so much. Right, the year's 2012. Play along at home. Let us know how you get on using the hashtag #ManCity. Right, Esme, January 2012. Which Italian manager was midway through his 3rd season in charge of City?
Mancini.
Yes! 1-0. Okay.
That's such an
He was
easy
like,
one.
you got January.
Too good to be true.
I just think a disclaimer beforehand, people watching this, if you've ever done a quiz live on something, it becomes a lot harder.
Yeah,
It's like your head
really
freezes up.
nervous.
But that one's it's good for you.
It really does get hard, right? Okay. February, Stephen. City faced 2 Portuguese sides in the Europa League knockout rounds.
Sporting.
But which one? Hold on. Wait. But which one was dispatched 6-1?
Oh, okay.
In the aggregate in the round of 32?
First answers only.
Competitiveness, I love it. I will allow you another guess. Or you can go with what you went with.
Oh, I've bottled it. I've frozen.
It's all right. Are you sticking with? I can't remember what you said.
You said
No, I'm
Sporting.
pretty certain Sporting knocked us out.
Sporting
No. Oh, I'm scared now. I've forgotten. I'll just say Benfica because you've made me doubt myself. It's not. It's someone else. I know it is. It's like
It's Porto.
it's the other one.
Yes, I love these games. Right, Esme's got the 1-0 lead.
Cogs turning.
Yeah.
I know, it's like he's trying to rack his brains.
You say the way Esme was psyching you out as well. I noticed it. Take his first answer. I noticed.
Well, you can't be shouting out mid-questions, you know what I mean?
I'm with her. Right.
For the quizmaster to finish.
March. And we've got something for you to watch as well for March. City drew 1-1 at Stoke in this month. But which English striker scored a wonder goal for the Potters? Oh, well, it's literally on the back of his shirt there.
It.
I don't know if we should show this.
Just showed I'm being screwed over here. I'm sorry.
Any ideas?
Was it Peter Crouch?
How on earth did you get that? How did she get that? She's incredible.
I genuinely think you were a bit nervous before that you showed it on TV there.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, no, I would have got it.
Okay, we'll remember next time to play that after. Okay.
The answer for my one now, if that's all right.
Right, if you don't, this is an easy one. You will get this. Breathe. Who scored a first half header as City beat United? Yes! He's still jumping in though. He's confident.
I'm waiting for that question because I worked out it was going to April, so it's going to be one of the derby. So
this is a
2-1
risky game you're playing.
Oh no, do you know what?
Oh, May, come on.
I'm not sure I'm going to get out of this studio, okay, because this next question is so easy. I think Steven's going to have me. Right, Esme. Sergio Aguero scored that goal as City won the title. But what time did he score it?
93-20.
Hey, 3-1. Not fixed at all. Not fixed. They could have played as a team. Okay.
You're going to get, what's the complete percentage?
In case you've never seen it, that's it, by the way. I don't know if you've never seen it before.
The 1,000 times.
I know. Still gives me goosebumps.
Like June,
I know,
Man City announced a new home shirt. What colour was it?
your genes. So yeah.
Oh, yes, all right. Please do that one. That'll be fine. Yeah.
David Silva scored as Spain beat the Republic of Ireland 4-0 in which tournament?
Which one is it? Let me just do the maths quickly.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Oh, just like...
You're on the right track, come on.
I've just frozen.
You've got 2 options.
It's the Euros.
Yes, the Euros.
Yeah. Nice.
Euros, nice. Okay, 3-2.
Really obvious, but you're like... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you're in the middle of a quiz, you could ask someone their name and they might freeze up. Yeah. Right. Okay, now, Esme, we're getting a tough one for you now.
Oh, gosh.
Zabaleta and Toure scored as City beat Arsenal to win the China Cup. Where was it played?
Is that a trick question?
Yes, I love this quiz. Okay.
Well,
I'll give you a clue. A Chinese city. It's in...
Oh, right, specifically. Beijing.
Yes, it's Beijing! 4-2. Stephen's fuming. Okay. Come on, you got this. City beat which London club? So we're into August now, sorry. Yeah. City beat which London club 3-2 to win the Community Shield at Villa Park?
Oh, it was a great atmosphere that day. I
was there.
Blanked.
Yeah, I remember it well.
A London club. I believe in you.
Arsenal.
No.
Chelsea.
Oh, he's choked. 4-2.
2-0 one of them, didn't we? Was it 2-0 one? Yeah, it was. That was
a year after.
Pitch. That was a few years later.
Right.
I just choked. Absolutely choked.
There's still time. We're in September. You could bring this back. Although if Esme gets this, I feel like we're going to go to the end of the year anyway. We're going to get a final score. Right, Esme, September. Gareth Barry scored an own goal against which of his former clubs as City exited the League Cup in the 3rd round?
Oh, good Lord. Maybe Aston Villa?
Oh, my goodness, she's on fire! 5-2.
How did I know that one, not the previous one?
Okay, it's because the pressure wasn't on you.
It's the camera lights. Yeah. They just do something to the mind.
Right, Stephen, don't shout out. Think about it. Two German sides reached the final of the Champions League in 12-13. Which one did City draw 1-1 with at the Etihad in the group stages?
Dortmund.
Yes!
The game. That was when Joe Hart made all the saves.
Yes, that was. Yeah. 5-3.
That's a great answer. I would have guessed Bayern.
Great answer, says. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if she's patronising you now, to be honest.
Not at all. I would have guessed Bayern.
Right, here's your last one. To get to 6, which Argentinian duo scored braces in a 5-0 home win over Villa?
Aguero and Tevez.
Yes, 6. Smashed it. Okay, give you the last one now. This is December. Which Dutch striker scored a 93rd minute winner as City lost out to United 3-2 at home?
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
No.
Oh, sorry, I mean Van Persie. I genuinely meant Van Persie. I just said his name wrong out loud because it was a free kick and Nasri ducked from over the wall. I remember the goal and I was there.
We'll give it you because I can't remember.
It was Van Persie.
Is that 6-4? 6-4? Something like that.
I just said the wrong name, but I meant Van Persie, I promise you.
Esme wins. Well done, Esme. Woo. You won today, and your team won today as well. So it's just gone full time at the Academy Stadium, and City women have beat Everton, and the score was 4-0. Oh. It's 4-0, so we missed another one.
Yeah.
Esme was watching it on her phone before we came on, and Caroline Weir, let's just have a quick mention.
Another worldie. I mean, water is wet.
Doesn't do tap-ins, does she?
She doesn't.
What was it you were saying before, the reason? Why she doesn't do tap-ins?
She doesn't run hard enough into the box to get on the end of crosses.
She'd rather just whack it from 25 yards. Lauren Hemp got 2 and Caroline Weir got 2 as well. So, Caroline got 1, Ellen White got 1 as well, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. But honestly, you've got to see the Caroline Weir goal as well. We've not seen the others, but the Caroline Weir one was an absolute worldie as well. So congratulations, City women, 4-0 against Everton today. Did you like that game? Yeah.
I had a great time.
Terrible game.
How did you feel?
Be nice to the debutant on the show,
Well, we might.
I mean, there's no shame losing to a Man City player, so.
And exactly. You think you've already got the stat? I haven't a Scooby-Doo about the stat.
Yes, is that? Yeah, there you go. So you can even it up there, Stephen. He's like, no, he's had enough. He's had enough. Right, we're around about 25 minutes away from kick-off in today's quarter-final of the FA Cup. And as we've been saying for the whole show now, we all absolutely love the FA Cup. Before the show, we asked you both to have a think about your favourite FA Cup memories. Stephen, what is the standout FA Cup memory for you?
I don't know which one they went for in the WhatsApp group, but obviously the standout one is winning the FA Cup, of course. You know, when the Noisy Neighbours woke up, I guess, and we tore that banner down, that was absolutely huge, the momentum. It's kind of like, it's weird because winning against Stoke, that was huge, but it's almost like everyone remembers the semi-final more against United, because that was the first time. I think we were all going into that game still not feeling as we felt like underdogs, basically, didn't we? Still going into that United game, and that game against United essentially was a changing of the guard. It was the first time after that I never really feared United again. As good as they are, we showed that we could beat them and best them. It wasn't just that we beat them; we were better than them, and obviously it changed the course of history of this club, and probably even more so than the 93-20 moment, which doesn't happen if this doesn't happen. So, yeah, a huge year for us in the FA Cup, and those two games, just iconic, really, aren't they? United and Stoke. Loved it.
Yeah, I was there. I remember I was in the third tier for that game. I was at the United game as well when we beat them. And it did feel like in that moment, it was like a changing of the guard, Esme. In that moment, we realised that, okay, times are changing.
Well, I think, yeah, as you say, we remember the semi-final so much more, I think, because we were the underdogs and we weren't expected to go and win that semi-final. And then we did. And then sort of all the pressure then came onto us to win against Stoke. But I remember before the game, we went for Nando's and we won. So then from that moment on, whenever we've played at Wembley or have a cup final, we have to go to Nando's before.
Near Wembley?
One a bit further away, and then we get the tube into Wembley. But it's
Wembley travel tips from Esme. I love this.
Yeah, but even like the Conti Cup final we played the other day, I went and met up with my mum and dad before the game for a lucky Nando's, because I thought if I don't have this, then we're not going to win. But it's done the trick. And that was the start of a new tradition in the family, but it was also the start of City's dominance in the English football scene.
We need to clip this up. You need to put it on social media. You need to tag Nando's and see if you can get some sort of
get me a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Yeah, but you're so right in terms of the semi-final and the final. That kicked it all off. That trophy kicked it all off. Esme, what was your standout FA Cup moment?
Mine was that semi-final. I just remember the roar of the crowd when Yaya put that goal in. It was incredible, and seeing people just pour down the stairs to the front. I was on the bottom tier, and people were just jumping on the seats. We all did the Poznan, and it was just a party day. There was such a good vibe around the whole day, and you almost went down knowing, not wanting to hope too much, but having a good feeling in there somewhere that we were going to do it. And then we did, and obviously we had Balotelli antagonising all the United players, and everything about that day was just perfect.
It was. I went down for the weekend with my friends. I remember it. Anything. I remember we went to some sort of like tiki, like Hawaiian club, and had cocktails in the evening. But there's always a story I tell about that semi-final. I didn't see the goal because we went downstairs at half-time to get a drink, and then on the way back up, some guy started trying to chat my friend up, and we were like, we got to go. And then we heard the roar. Still fuming at that guy now. Still fuming 10 years on. Right, we're going to give Stephen a chance to equal with Esme. We're going to have a look now at who's stat. Here is your second clue for today. So it's a current or former Manchester City player. This player broke the record of the number of completed passes in the 2017-18 season with 2,825. Broke the record
nodding away
of the number of completed passes.
I need to look at the silhouette quick.
In the 17-18 season.
That was the Centurion season, was it?
Oh, you throw me. It's 17, 18, 19, 19. Yeah.
Yeah. 18, 19 was the Formidables, and then 17, 18 was. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Rack the brains.
I'm not sure now. You know.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to say it, am I?
Did you say
don't say
a third start?
There is a third. There'll be a third
then.
one. Yeah, hang on, and we'll trust when you tell us if you've got it on your first one.
Yeah, no. I'll mention it to you.
Okay, we'll trust him. We'll try and give him a chance to even it up with Esme because he's still absolutely fuming. Right, we're going to have a little look now at what else is happening with our other teams. Now, we mentioned that there is a Premier League 2 game taking place tonight. It is 6:30. City are hosting Liverpool here at the Etihad Stadium. Now, it's going well for them. It's going well for them so far this season. So, James McAtee returned to assist Liam Delap in a 2-1 win versus Crystal Palace last weekend, giving City a 9-point lead at the top of the Premier League 2 table. There really is an incredible buzz around the academy at the minute as well, isn't there, Esme?
Yeah, we've got so much talent coming through, and I think it's almost enhanced by the fact that they're getting opportunities and shining when they do come up for the first team. You see someone like Cole Palmer, who's performed so well in all the opportunities he's had, scored a couple of really good goals, and I think that just bloods a bit more excitement. And you see it in the lads. We see them in the gym on a day-to-day basis, and they're all so buzzing and enthusiastic, and obviously just desperate to get themselves over to the first team side. So I think seeing their peers have the same opportunities just gets a bit more motivation to know that it's within reach. And I think as fans of the club, we've got every right to be so excited about the talent that's coming through.
So we're having a closer look at the talent on Matchday Live this season, and we are spotlighting an academy player every week. I absolutely love these interviews. We're asking them some brilliant questions. You can get them across the City socials as well. Here is a teaser for Carlos Borges' Getting to Know Spotlight session.
Carlos, how are you, mate?
Okay, I'm good, thank you.
Good stuff. Do you mind taking us around the CFA, have a little tour?
Yeah, no problem.
Nice one. Ask you a few questions, get to know you a bit better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice one. So straight off the bat, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had cereal and toast.
Oh, what kind of cereal did you have?
It's called Stelitas. It's actually from Portugal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What, is it like anything English at all? Or?
No, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I don't really eat too much of English foods.
Don't blame you.
Nah.
So you were obviously born in Portugal. How long have you lived in England for?
8 years. Going to be 8 years.
Amazing. What do you remember of Portugal?
What do I remember? I still go back there like from time to time, and it's obviously it's my country. It's a good place. So yeah, it's alright.
Amazing. What 3 things would you take with you on a desert island?
On a desert island, my phone, water, and something to eat.
Logical, I like it. What was the last TV box set you watched?
I don't really watch TV, if I'm being honest.
Ah, fair enough. Have you got a dream pet?
No, I'm not really into pets. I like dogs, but it's not my dream pet.
You got a particular breed of dog you like, or had it before or anything?
Nah, not really.
Nah. Do you remember the last person that you called on the phone?
Yeah, my friend.
Would you describe yourself as an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl. I'll go with night owl.
Good shout. Sweet or savoury food?
Sweet.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Is there one item that you couldn't live without?
That I couldn't live without? Nah, not really. Nah.
Adaptable.
Yeah,
I like it.
I can adapt.
Tell us something about yourself that no one else knows.
That nobody else knows. I'm a quite shy person at times.
All right.
People think I'm a giddy person, and I'm always, active and, but I can be shy.
That's interesting. Yeah, because you love a celebration, don't you?
100%.
What has been your best or most memorable achievement today?
Today, I think it's winning the Under 18 Prep Cup.
Yeah.
The league, sorry.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
100%. The way we did it, we had our ups and downs. We made it. I'll say we made it a lot harder for ourselves, but we got there in the end, and the team was great feeling at the end.
And we're on a good path at the moment as well, aren't we? This
100%.
Fantastic.
Hopefully we do it again.
Can you remember the last song that you listened to?
Oh, now if you'd like to know the last song that Carlos listened to, you'll have to watch the full interview across the City social channels next week. And I can tell you that Esme's sat here shaking her head when he says that he's shy. She's saying he's not shy. But I'm absolutely loving this series that we're doing. We get to find out more about the EDS players. And we also get a brilliant behind the scenes tour of the CFA building as well. So absolutely loving that. Now, on Friday, just gone, it was the draw for the quarter-final and semi-finals of the Champions League, where we found out our hopeful route to the final. Cheeky was there representing us, and here is his instant reactions to the draw.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's a really fascinating draw. What's your first reaction?
You know, it's going to be a difficult one, no? Because these are two different styles, totally different, but both with the same target, just to win. No? They are good defending, they are good staying there, and also they have the quality for the counter-attack and to score goals. No? So, and us, we are really different. It's true that also we are having the right balance. We are good on defense. We are defending well. We are not conceding too many chances and goals, and we are creating good football. So different styles. It's going to be tough.
Since you've been so impressive in Europe this season, what are the expectations now? Difficult quarter-final, potentially difficult semi-final further down the line. What's the expectation in the club?
Expectations is compete. So we are competing for the cup. We are competing in the league. And we are competing in the Champions League, and we want to be there. And if we are now where we have to be, and then then you need the luck, you need to play his feet, you need everything to get the trophy. You know? But we are in the right pathway now to get them.
Thanks so much.
That was the thoughts of Cheeky Bagirstein, our director of football. That was his instant reaction. In the club shop on Friday, we also got the instant reaction to some of our fans. This is what they thought about the draw.
I think it's a good draw. I think that we're definitely going to go all the way. Semi-finals, here we come. I'm ready to see the game. Let's go.
Since they beat United, we get to basically show our dominance even further on top of the 4-1 win. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
I think it can be a good game because a lot of Spanish teams are very good.
I think that it's a very beautiful game, and I think when you play in the Champions League, it's nice to play this kind of game. And I think it's exciting also for the fans because there is more pressure and for the match.
Simeone is an excellent manager, and he loves to play defensively, which they'll have 5 or 6 in the back, and it's going to be a tough challenge, but we got the playmakers, we got the tough squad, so yeah, we'll pull it out.
Anything worried about their counterattack? I feel like they're a good defensive team, so they're probably going to let us press them and try to get us on the counter. Watch out for that, I'd say.
I agree with that. I feel like it's the counterattack, but I feel like we have a good defense. So, and I feel like Pep has really good strategy. He always is very clever, figure out ways to work with that, so I'm not too pressed about it.
I mean, Chelsea, we've had the history of last Champions League and everything with them, and I'm just thinking we might want some revenge. But then Real Madrid, they also have been looking really top tier this season, and they've been playing really well, so I would honestly say Chelsea. I mean, it might not be as good of a match for the fans because the fans want to see some diversity in the leagues, but we want the revenge.
Chelsea to get revenge. I know we can beat Real Madrid, but we've done it twice in a row. So I guess if we want to get to the final again, we want Madrid, but if we want revenge, we want Chelsea.
Chelsea, and I would like to avoid Real Madrid.
I don't know. Chelsea will be a repeat of last year at the finals, so it's always redemption time. But Madrid will also be a good game. They've been a strong team. The attacking is good. I don't know about the defense so much. But I don't know if I have a preference, but I feel like we can definitely win either one. It's either redemption or we can take down Madrid.
I don't think City will shy away from either, but if I had to pick, I would rather us play Chelsea just for the redemption. I think we have what it takes to beat them.
Shout out to all those fans for giving us their reaction to the Champions League draw. A lot of talk about revenge in there. I'm feeling you all. Redemption, I am liking it. So big thank you to all of those fans there. So in terms of the draw, before the draw, I have to admit, I had listed the teams in my head, or maybe written it down on paper, who I wanted from sort of top to bottom. I thought, and I have to admit, Atletico for me, Esme, were bang in the middle. I can see the kind of difficulties. I can see how it is a better draw than some of them for us. What was your instant reaction?
Personally, I put them fairly high on the list of teams I didn't want us to get because I think they're just so wily and difficult, and I think when I was watching them play against Man United, I just thought it was going to be such a frustrating game because they're going to park the bus against us and defend so smartly, which is obviously what we face a lot in the Premier League, but they'll probably do it better than a lot of the teams in the Premier League. So I can just see it being quite a difficult tie where we're just going to have to be really patient over the two legs, and they're just a really frustrating team to play against because of the dark arts that they do, like the time wasting, the sneaky little fouls, and I just think it'll be quite a difficult game for us to play in.
I love it calling it the dark arts. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's so true as well. Stephen, what was your kind of reaction?
They're unapologetically like that, aren't they? There's no team in world football probably who mastered that more than them. And I kind of took about an hour to kind of decide how I felt about it, and I think I'm relatively confident, but a small part of me does admit that I'm scared of Atletico to an extent, because they are that horrible. They are that, they're that organised and structured, to be fair. They're horrible to play against because they're brilliant in what they do. But at the same time, they haven't been in great form this season in the La Liga. They're reigning champions, but they're down in fourth currently, and they've had a relatively mid-season. It's been indifferent for them, and they have lost some of the players that made them so impenetrable, like Diego Godin, for example. He's just, he's not part of the team anymore. But at the same time, the quality of Griezmann and people like that, and Joao Felix and Koke and so on, it's a good side, and with a cup competition, expect them to essentially play the best they can. They won't be the La Liga version of Atletico Madrid. It'll be the Atletico that we all know and hate. So it'll be that version, and I am dreading it a little bit. But two legs, I was speaking to my best mate yesterday, he's a United fan, and he said they weren't that good against them, in his opinion. He said he thought, from a United fan, saying that United were just poor, and that was, that gave them the game. But fingers crossed we got enough. I think we have, though.
Yeah, because in the first leg, United were actually better than them for a
period of
the first game. So hey, that says something I'm going to grasp a hold of and give myself confidence for. Right, we are under 10 minutes away from kick-off in today's quarter-final of the FA Cup, so I'd like to get your kind of final thoughts. We've had a good old hour chatting about it now. How are you feeling about the game now, Esme?
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a nice sunny day, blue sky. Bodes well, I think, and I think we've put out a really strong team, and obviously off the back of a couple of disappointing results recently, I think we'll be especially focused and determined to turn it round and put in a strong performance. So I think it'll be a good day for us.
Me too. Stephen, what sort of game are you expecting?
I'm expecting a motivated Man City. Not that they ever need that motivation, but once again, it's before the international break, so it's very much like go on, rectify the recent mistakes, get that result, and go into the break in a good headspace. I think City will be lively, actually. We'll be really focused, and I wouldn't be surprised if the people who come in, the Gundogan, Sterling, Jesus, are the ones actually taking the game to Southampton as well. So I'm expecting it to be a lovely blue day, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Give me a score prediction. I'm going to force you.
I'm going to say 2-1 Man City.
In normal time?
Yes.
I'm saying 3-0.
Go on, Esme.
Right, Esme, I absolutely love this. Right, give us something. What's making you feel so confident?
Because I think in seasons past, when we've had a bad couple of results, we've always come back with a big victory. And I think we've had a week off, no midweek game that sort of interrupted training programmes and things like that. So we've had a good week of preparation coming into it. And I've just got a good feeling.
Do you know what, as well? You fooled Pep once, fooled him twice, but a third time is really hard to do. He's Pep Guardiola, So I do think maybe, just maybe, Southampton probably fear the wounded animal right now. They've had a couple of good results against us in the past, and this could be a chance to rectify that, basically. I do think Pep will say, are you going to let Southampton once again give you a tough time? Go and sort it out, and go and fix it. And I think they will.
Yeah, and this idea that somehow we drew one game on Monday night against a really good Crystal Palace team, and all of a sudden people have forgot who we are, Esme.
Yeah, and I think it wasn't as if we played horrendously the other day. Crystal Palace just defended so well. The keeper had a brilliant game, and they just managed to shut us out. But I think our processes and the way we normally play was always there in that moment. And I think now we've obviously brought in Sterling, Jesus, who haven't necessarily had as many opportunities recently. So I think they'll be chomping at the bit to get in and show what they can do too. So I just think coming together, it all bodes well for a good performance.
I love Esme's positivity. Big thank you to Esme and to Stephen for joining me on Matchday Live. We'll be back here at half-time to talk about everything that happens in the first half. Hopefully we'll be talking about some City goals. Now, as always, the best place for you to listen to this game is on the Manchester City app. Commentary from the wonderful Alistair Mann and Michael Brown, the best place to get your commentary. Enjoy the game, Blues. FA Cup Day is back here. The sun is shining, and as Esme says, it's boding well for a good Blue day. Right, Alistair, over to you.
Thank you, Natalie. Yes, a warm welcome to a balmy day on the south coast. Southampton enjoying glorious weather, as indeed, of course, is the rest of the UK, to be absolutely